Bum. All right, so welcome to the Crypto Boss Ninjas family. Let's get started here. I do want to look at the Fear and Greed Index, and we'll go from there. Welcome to my channel, guys. Do know that we do have a Telegram group. It is free to join. The Telegram link to join is on YouTube in the in the description. And I'm trying to get that more active. Last bull market was really active, and then the Telegram link to join on TikTok is in my bio. Right now, the Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 47. I better make sure the sound is working. Testing. 47, so we're still neutral on that end, so nothing changing in that department. The thing I do want to talk about is why I believe Bitcoin in the next 30 days is going to go to $30,000. So, testing. I'm going to just make a video about this really quick. Welcome to the Crypto Boss Ninja channel. So I did say in the description of why I believe Bitcoin is going to $30,000. I'm going to start on. We're going to look at the 3-day chart, and that is a chart that I am bullish on right now. Now, obviously, Bitcoin right now is getting close to being overbought on the 3-day chart, but I'm still believe this can get pinned and go higher, and also I believe the weekly chart looks really bullish to me. So I believe, based on what I'm seeing, that Bitcoin can go higher. Also, smaller time frames are in a falling wedge. Measure move is already around $28,000, and we're just at the beginning of this month. And usually October's are more bullish than September. And actually, there's a very good chance actually that we close a green monthly candle on Bitcoin tonight. So right now, 3-day chart is getting close to being overbought, but the weekly chart looks good. That's one reason I think 30K can happen next month. Daily chart is getting close to being overbought as well. If Bitcoin can get above 27,500, that's technically a higher high. So technically, I believe you have 1 or 2 more days to do that. So I think that's possible and very likely, actually. The 4-hour chart right now is getting oversold, and you're really not getting much of a sell-off. And here's the falling wedge I was talking about on Bitcoin. Measure move for this would take you up to 28,000, almost 28,100. So that to me looks bullish right now. And then from there, I would hope for another flag and then a leg higher. But again, Octobers are usually bullish. And the 1-hour chart right now, let's look. 1-hour chart is overbought. But as long as you don't get much of a dump, I would still be bullish. I am long on Bitcoin right now. I will tell you that right now. So that's why I believe Bitcoin can hit $30,000. But this falling wedge, it breaks out 70% of the time. It looks like on the 4-hour chart, it is already breaking out. So I believe by Monday, Bitcoin will be above $27,200, which is the next resistance. And then I would hope by a week from today, we're going to be past 27.8. So with that being said, that's all I got for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, appreciate if you hit like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. And if you guys have requests for other altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin for this month. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. Like I just said, though, I would appreciate that. So I will post that after this video is over. Another coin that I have a lot of faith in on the 3-day chart is Rune. It's getting oversold on the 3-day chart, and it's just going in an uptrend, and it's almost going parabolic if you look at the higher time frames, especially for such a high market cap coin like Rune. So Rune to me is a play I do like on the 3-day chart. Again, 3-day chart is in a downtrend, but the price is going uptrend. I'm thinking this thing can rip, especially if Bitcoin gets moved to $28,000 or $30,000 next month. And the weekly chart for Rune is overbought, so be cautious. But 3-day chart, that's what I would play. The daily chart looks good. The daily chart's making a higher high, so to me that's still looking good as well. Those are the big ones I wanted to talk about. I am in a long-term XLM trade. Let me get rid of this one. I better refresh it because I don't think it's on my watch list for some reason. Come on. XLM. So XLM right now, I'm also starting to play the higher time frames, especially Bitcoin or crypto in general is about to take a move up. The 3-day chart on XLM is extremely bullish. So you do have a falling wedge. I'm going to make another video about this because why not? Testing. And then I'll do requests after this video. Welcome back to the Crypto Blast Ninja channel. I am bullish on XLM, and here's why. So the 3-day chart right now is in a falling wedge. You take your move from the last high to the last major local low, and that's how you get that. So the major move for XLM is approximately 23.2 cents, so 23 cents, and that's over a double on the 3-day chart. So the 3-day chart would suggest that XLM can move to the upside. Daily charts hasn't really broken out yet, but the RSI is going up. The weekly chart also suggests XLM is ready to rip. I mean, the weekly chart closes in 1 day and 4 hours, and probably by then we're going to be completely oversold. But this looks really ready to go. Also, the weekly chart on the Ikimoki cloud is bullish. Well, technically, you're still... it's not really bullish, actually. If you're below 13 cents, it's saying it's bearish. But to me, I do believe XLM is about to move to the upside. At the 4-hour chart, let's look at that. 4-hour chart is also getting oversold. So 4-hour chart would also say you could move to the upside right here, but I would be watching for the smaller time frames to continue to the downside while you are still in this falling wedge. So to me, the 3-day chart looks good, but the 1-hour chart looks like you want to continue to the downside. That is a bear flag to me. And 1-hour chart does not look good, but I am in a long. I just said that, and 1-hour chart would say you could go as low as 10.5. But if that were to happen, you would still technically be, you can still technically see you would still be in the falling wedge, so it would still be bullish. So that's what I'm looking for on right now on XLM. I do think in the next week or two, this thing is going to rip to the upside, and maybe this takes 1 or 2 months to play out, but that is the measure move. I'm looking for 23 cents here in the next month or two, maybe even in October. So if you guys enjoyed this, appreciate if you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So that's XLM. I do think XLM is going to be one of the coins to watch in October and November, especially October. But yeah, let me see if we have any watchers. So appreciate the like. I do require you to hit the like button if I'm going to do a request. So Quant was a request. QNT. And I only request that because it's super easy to do. So Quant, let's look at Quant. 3-day chart right now for Quant. 3-day, this could be another one that I would write down on your watch list. Because Quant right now looks really bullish to me. Just looking at this chart alone. Now, I do want to look at the weekly chart first. Weekly chart looks really bullish. Quant is something I definitely watch. Just like XLM. It's in the same spot as XLM. Now, it's not as in much of a... It's not really in a falling wedge like XLM. And you're below the 200-day moving average on the 3-day chart. But it doesn't look as good. But it looks good. Weekly chart looks good. 3-day chart looks good. Daily chart is overbought, making lower highs. So daily chart would suggest you can keep going lower. But I do believe the 3-day chart is going to have to get a bounce at some point. And maybe it's still a lower high, but that could still take you $114. I would really think it's going to make a higher high than that. Weekly chart, though, isn't a massive downtrend, so I would be cautious. But this is something to keep on your radar. It's probably not something I'd buy just yet. XLM does look better. The 4-hour chart right now is trying to make a higher low, so that's something I'd watch out for. As long as you hold, in my opinion, well, the chart would tell me, as long as you hold $90, technically you can still be bullish. 89. Actually, I would say $89. As long as you stay above $89, you're good. 1-hour chart right now, if we zoom in, is it making a higher high? Not really, but the 1-hour chart for Quant is in what I would call a bull flag, bull pennant, whatever. It's the same thing. They break up, but basically 70% of the time. And the smaller time frames do suggest you could actually get the move up now. Daily chart does not suggest that, but Quant actually, I don't know, it's giving me mixed signals. If you wanted to take the 1-hour chart, I would wait for it to get oversold again, but it's getting tight in this channel. If it does break out, it could tell you it could move up to 96.80 or something like that, and for a market cap this high, a coin with this high of a market cap, that's a pretty decent move, 6%, 7%, so that is kind of what I'm looking at for Quant. 1-hour chart looks good. It's getting overbought, so be cautious. It is above the 200-day moving average, so I like that. It is a bullish on the Ikimoki cloud. I like that. So 1-hour chart is looking good. 4-hour chart is technically it's above the Ikimoki cloud, even on the 4, but it's below the 200-day moving average, so be cautious on that front. But 1-hour chart does look good to me, and the 15-minute chart right now, it's not. It's kind of making a lower high, but again, it's in a bull pennant, so that's to be expected. I would really watch the 1 hour chart here for Quant. A break above $91, anything above $91 would, in my opinion, confirm a breakout or would be a breakout, and then you would just want to see it hold the bottom here of the breakout point, which would be $90. If it breaks above $91, not financial advice, but you could probably put your stop loss at $90, and it's very unlikely if it was going to keep breaking out that it would go below that. So that is what I'm looking at for Quant. This is something I'm actually going to I'm going to put an alert on this at $91. It does look good to me for a possible move to the upside. We'll see. But Quant is something I would definitely have on my radar, as is XLM. And, yeah, that's Quant for you. So that's $120 times 90. That's pretty decent amount of change, especially because I believe at least on the weekly chart, it doesn't look like Quant wants to go much lower. It could, but that's about $11,000, and you're basically at the bottom of the bear market for the most part, very close to the bottom if we're not already at the bottom, at least on Quant. I would be pretty bullish on that position then. I mean, even if we go to an all-time high, that's $426 divided by 90. Wait. $426 divided by 90 times 10,800. That's not horrible. I believe there's better places to put your money besides Quant, but you could have $50,000, in a year or two. And that's if we don't make a new all-time high on Quant. So I wouldn't have all your eggs in one basket, but if this is just one of your investments, I think it's a pretty decent one, a pretty safe one. But that's all I got for it. Yeah, Quant looks good to me. So if there's any other requests, let me know. Appreciate the likes. So with that being said, let me know and see if there's anything on TikTok. I don't see anything. But yeah, I do go live for the people new. I go live twice a week on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central Time and Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Time. And we also have a Telegram group. Link to join that is in the description below. Feel free to join that. And if there's any other requests, let me know. Otherwise, that's all I got. Again, for Bitcoin, I'm bullish for the month of October. 3-day chart looks like it wants to move to the upside. It is getting overbought. The smaller time frames really look good to me. So I like what I'm seeing on Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. Falling wedge, and the weekly chart is ready to rip for Bitcoin. So 4-hour chart looks good, and weekly chart looks good for Bitcoin. So that's what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. And again, I think a lot of these altcoins from the charts I'm looking at, XLM and possibly Quant, look like they want to move up. Maybe they're a few days away from putting in the bottom. We might see one more lower low on Quant. But overall, small and lower time frames look good for Quant. I believe a lot of these bigger market cap altcoins are probably about to bottom, such as Quant, XLM, just to name a few. XYO actually doesn't look good. I just looked at that. XYO actually probably could go lower, but the bigger market cap coins look good, in my opinion. Appreciate the likes on TikTok. Appreciate the follow. And if you guys have requests, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got. And that's all I got. I'm bullish. I'm really bullish for the month of October. And we'll see if I'm right at the end of the month, if we'll be at 30,000 or not, because that was the title of my live stream. But anyways, that's going to put a wrap on it. I'll see you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time for our next crypto live stream. Probably not much will change between now and Monday. Let me tell you right now where I believe the price will be, and we'll see if I'm right or not come Monday in just about 2 days and 4 hours, 2 days and 3 hours actually, and 15 minutes if you want to be exact. Where will the price of Bitcoin be on Monday? Let me tell you. At least this is what I believe it will be. I believe Bitcoin will be not much higher because there's not much volatility that happens on the weekends, especially in a bear market when there's lower liquidity. But I do believe Bitcoin will get a small move to the upside, and I believe we'll be trading somewhere between the price of, right now I have a resistance at 27,167. I believe Bitcoin will be between $27,167 and 27,000, or actually the next resistance above that would be 28.2. That's my measured move. Technically, resistance is 25, but I believe Bitcoin will be between 27,167 and 27.5, probably right there. And then I would expect sometime Monday or Tuesday, or sometime next week, I should say, a move all the way close to 28,000, maybe even higher than that. But the measured move is 28.2. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can get that. move to the upside on Bitcoin. So I believe Bitcoin will be above 27,000, probably above 27.2 come Monday. We'll see if I'm right though. And with that being said, that's all I got. I don't see any other requests, but I'm very excited about where Bitcoin's going. I believe on a lot of altcoins, not all of them, but the ones I just went over. I believe like XLM and Quant. Not financial advice, but I believe it's now is the time to start DCAing, and I also believe a lot of these bigger market cap altcoins the bottom is in. So there's some like XYL I don't think the bottom's in, but I would say the top 100 market cap altcoins, there's a good chance that the bottom is in, and I'll say top 10. Top 100 is actually a lot, but that's what I got for you today. And then Craig also asked for Maker. This is another bigger market cap altcoin, and we're gonna look at the Mexc chart futures. Wow. Maker probably already bottomed too, because look at that. It was at 475. You're at 3x from the bottom? Holy crap. So Maker right now, Maker's getting overbought in the weekly chart. So to me, a big pullback, I should say, is probably incoming for Maker. 3-day chart looks overbought as well. It is still going up, but again, that's pretty crazy. So I mean, this is a decently big market cap altcoin. I don't know exactly what it is. It's probably around $1 billion. Maybe I'm way off. I don't know what the market cap is, but I mean, I guess I could look. I'm gonna look actually. Now I'm curious. Maker looks good to me, but actually short term it's probably. Maker looks good on the macro time frame. I believe there's gonna be a pullback coming, so I would probably wait or just DCA. I wouldn't probably go all in right now because it is overbought. Market cap is 1.4 billion basically. So it's kind of sort of what I thought it would be. Let me find out where it just was. So Maker though, so let's just kind of look at this chart. I'm really starting to enjoy now looking at the TA like more than I used to. I don't know why. So right now, these are your three major resistances: 64, 24 at that all-time high. And then you had this as major support back here for a long time at 2460, or basically 2500. And then for a while you tried to retest it. That was resistance right there. And now you're well below it. So I believe when you get back to the $2,500 level on Maker, this is going to be super strong resistance. It might take several weeks to break, but it's looking like it just wants to go straight up. And it also, if I can find this. It's looking like this is almost going parabolic. I mean, for a $1.4 billion market cap coin, this is basically going parabolic. It's not like your 10x in a day type coin, but it's a parabolic uptrend and almost a parabolic downtrend for a while there. It's going up as fast as it came down. This is the weekly chart. So when you go and look at the hourly chart, it doesn't look that crazy. But it's up 6% today. This is pretty crazy for the weekly chart to be going up this fast, which is, probably not sustainable. I do think there's going to be a pullback coming, but as long as you hold on the pullback, this last local low here, basically, if you hold $1,000, you could get a pullback on the weekly chart and still hold 1,000, have this become oversold and still be bullish. As long as you hold 940, we'll say, technically, Maker is still extremely bullish on the weekly time frame. So 940 is support. Your next local resistance that I would say coming up would be at 1550. But beyond that, if you break 1550 there, at least on the weekly chart, you're not going to have much resistance until you get to that strong resistance at 2500. So right now it's overbought. Weekly chart's getting close to being overbought. That closes in just over a day. The 3-day chart is completely overbought. So again, that doesn't look good. The daily chart's overbought, already curling down on the stock RSI, and you're getting close to resistance. So to me, Maker looks good on the weekly chart because you're in a strong uptrend. But I do not think now is the time to be buying on the daily, 3-day, or weekly. The 4-hour chart is looking good. Let's see if the 4-hour chart can get above 1601. If it can, then obviously you could say that you are going to make a higher high, and that would be good for the smaller time frames. So smaller time frames want to keep going up. Larger time frames, I would wait on a trade. The 1-day or 1-hour chart is also overbought. That's making a lower high. So unless you get above 1600, technically that's bearish. I know these are really in depth. And the 15-minute chart right now is making a lower high, technically. So I would, the smaller time frames. Now, here's another idea. This is a cup in hand, possibly. So smaller time frames could give you the move up. But I guess here's what you want to see. Can you make the flag for the cup and handle, and that would be your handle? Or are you going to just keep going up, or do you dump, or whatever? But this is something I'd watch for. The 4 chart looks bullish to me. Stock RSI looks like you can get above 1600. And so the 4 chart is something I would totally watch out for. I Maker, if you break 1600, you're going to have a massive breakout. I'm sorry, technically resistance I have at 1600. I would say 1600 is a resistance. Let's go back to the daily chart. If you break 1600, I would be looking for a move to all the way up to 2500, at least on the weekly chart. Smaller time frames will have more resistance, but that looks really good to me. If you break 1600, that's a massive breakout point. I have my alert set. So if Maker breaks 1600, it might not matter. The 3-day chart and weekly chart can get pinned to the upside, and this thing can rip. So if you break 1600, I would personally take a long trade. They're not financial advice, but if you don't break 1600, I would not be surprised at all if you came back to 940 or $1,000 for a higher low. If you break it at 940, then you're going to have a capitulation back to the lows at 500. So it's pretty much that simple. If you break 1600, you're extremely bullish. If you hold 940, you're bullish, and anything below 940 is extremely bearish. That's all I got, and that's my long in-depth analysis on Maker. This is something I definitely watch out for a breakout above 1600. All right, that's all I got. All right, if you guys have any more requests, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday in 2 days for our next live stream. Until then, stay safe and have a great weekend. I'm going to go watch some football, watch the Hawkeyes play, and yeah, that's all I got for today. I would be watching Maker for a move above 1600. I'd be watching XLM and Quant for major moves to the upside here in the next month or two. On Bitcoin, if you missed any of it and you want to watch this awesome live stream, go to my YouTube channel, Crypto Boss Andrew. There, I'm streaming on YouTube as well, and you can watch the replay once I stop going live. But to wrap things up on Bitcoin, I am looking for a move to I believe next time I go live on Monday, I'll be looking for Bitcoin to be above this resistance at 27,167. And if Bitcoin is above that, then I'd be looking for Bitcoin to be between 27,167 and 27.5. I don't expect a major move over the weekend because it's the weekend, low liquidity, low volume, especially because we're in a bear market. But I am looking for a move up, possibly, or sideways action or a move up on Bitcoin into Monday. And then the rest of the October, I'm looking for a move possibly as high as 30,000, maybe even a little bit higher. That is a weekly chart looks really good for Bitcoin, as does the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart's in a falling wedge. Measure move is 28.1. So if you're above 28,000 come Monday, that'd be awesome. That's a possibility as well. I just don't know if the breakout will happen right now because it's the weekend. But it looks like 4-hour chart is suggesting you've already broken out here, and RSI is continuing down. So to me, Bitcoin does look good, but I'm looking for a move. I'd be shocked if Bitcoin's below 27,000 come Monday. Anyways. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I will see you guys on Monday for our next live stream. Until then, trade safe. Have a great weekend. And maybe don't trade this weekend because it looks like there's low liquidity. But I am in some trades. I'm in an XLM long and a Bitcoin long. And that's all I got. I'll see you guys on Monday.